Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Smoke Sammy and today I have some more Am I the Devil posts for you. So, yeah. Am I the devil for pulling a little joke on my kids? I'm 37. My kids are 10, 7, and 5. They've been ranting and raving about wanting to go to Great Wolf Lodge for about a year now. There's a new one a couple hours away from us, but we just cannot afford it. They know this and we've told them many times, but they still ask to go. Well, yeah, they're kids. They don't understand the concept of not being able to afford something. My mother has offered to take them too, which I declined because I don't want to feel indebted to her. But she's grandma. What do you mean? On Sunday, Hubs and I decided to take the family on a little trip to a mini golf place. We kept it a surprise for the kids, but when we told them we were going somewhere fun, they immediately thought it was Great Wolf Lodge. Hubs and I decided to pull a silly little prank on them. When we were driving there, we made it seem like we were going to Great Wolf Lodge, and the kids got all excited. Then we pulled into the parking lot just to pull back out, and they got disappointed when we did. Okay, that seems a little far. Yeah, that's not cool. They were crabby the rest of the ride, and while the 10-year-old had fun at mini golf, the other two didn't want to be there and barely participated. Well, yeah, they got all excited about the other thing. Maybe if you didn't pretend like you were going there, they would have all had a good time instead. They're all mad at me now, but I don't think it was wrong since it didn't harm anyone. It harmed feelings. My feelings would be hurt at least. My mother is harping at me about it too. Am I the villain for pulling a harmless prank on them? Yeah, it's not really harmless. I don't know. That used to make me sad as a kid, like to be super excited about something and then like have it not happen. It's really disheartening. So yeah, that's just unnecessary. And yeah, like this person says, where exactly is the joke? Like, what part of this was funny to you? Like, the disappointment that the kids were inevitably gonna feel? And what, you wasted time? You literally drove there just to park there and then left. Like, that's just... Why? Why? Am I the devil for pretending to throw out my girlfriend's blanket? Throw away, because my girlfriend knows my main account. I and my girlfriend have been together for 6 months now. She's a bit quirky, but I decided to take her to introduce her to my parents. Since they live a few hours away, we decided to stay there for a couple of days. Before leaving for our trip, I asked my girlfriend, I'll call her Sam, fake name, duh. That's my name. If she can leave her blanket at home. Backstory on the blanket is that she has had it since she was a kid and claims she can't sleep well without it. She said she would leave it at home, but in a way that made me feel guilty, so I caved and told her to bring it. Fast forward to us staying at my parents' house, and of course she brings the blanket. Yeah, you told her to. My mom ended up having to grab something from our room and saw the blanket. When my girlfriend went to the bathroom, my mom asked me about it, and I explained the situation to her. She and my dad both made a face, so I can tell they found it weird too. It's just a blanket though, like who cares? You could have just said that she gets cold. A few days ago during our trip, I decided to take her blanket and throw it in the trunk of my car. But like, why? They already know about the blanket. When she noticed it was missing, she asked me about it, and I told her I threw it out. She looked devastated and began silently crying. After a while, she started throwing things into her bag, and when I asked her where she was going, she said home. I figured it was because of the blanket and said, that blanket is seriously more important to you than making a good impression with my parents? She said yes, and made her way outside where a taxi was waiting. I ended up giving her the blanket before she left, but she took it from me rather harshly. Well, yeah, you told her you threw it away. I asked her if she was still leaving, and she said yes. I figured she was taking the taxi home, so I said, you're seriously taking a taxi home over this? That's gonna cost $1,000. Her response was, no, I'm taking a taxi to the train station because unlike you, I'm not a dumbass, which was very rude. Oh, like you pretending that you threw away her blanket wasn't rude? Okay. When I explained what happened to my parents, they said I was the villain for doing that. I don't think I was in the wrong because I technically didn't do anything. You lied to her. You took her property and lied to her about what you did with it. Because why? You thought your parents were going to judge her for a blanket? It's been 3 days and I haven't heard anything from her since. Am I the villain? Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Even your parents thought so. Yeah, they might think it was a little bit weird because they might not understand. But you just, there was no point. They already found out about it. I don't understand where you thought this was a good idea. And why you're still surprised that she left right away. Newly single after 8-year relationship. Online dating seems worse than before. Oh, this is from the Passport Bros. This is gonna be fun. I'm 36, got a great job. I hit the gym and look good. I dress up casual but nice. I have no debt, got a Toyota Tacoma 4x4. I live in a house, but my father owns it, and I have a roommate to split bills with, and I got the master bedroom, just 10 minutes from downtown. I seem to have everything I need, and that most women would flock my way no problem. But it has been dry as a desert for me, and the games and ghosting are nonstop. I've only been single for 3 months, but in this time, I've only dated a girl for a couple of weeks, and I felt she was below my standards. She blew me off after she slept over at my place the second time. Every other woman online ignores me, and the ones that do message me are ugly as hell. I feel like American women are truly tainted and have unrealistic expectations. They just seem psychotic or arrogant. Is it the birth control and the hormones they're pumped with? Is it social media or 5G cell phone towers making them like this? Regardless of what it is, there is a huge problem with American women. Sorry, just the fact that before this guy even considers maybe there's things about me that are unlikable, he resorts to birth control, getting pumped with hormones, 5G cell phone towers, and social media. Like, maybe it's just you. I don't know. They would rather be alone than have a man in the top 5%. Okay. I would like to have a beautiful woman, but she doesn't have to be drop dead gorgeous. I don't even care for makeup. And if she's a little chubby, that's fine with me. She doesn't even have to dress up too nice, because I think a simple woman is much less drama to deal with. Okay, notice how he said all physical characteristics. He doesn't care about, like, the personality of a woman. And they probably pick up on that. I've been so depressed about women today, so I'm thinking I may travel abroad. My first thought was Eastern Europe because I want a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, mostly. I'm blonde with green eyes. But I've also heard they can be kind of mean. Second was Southeast Asia, like Vietnam or Philippines. I know Asian women are so sweet and tender. Third would be Argentina, Costa Rica, and Panama, since I can speak good Spanish. Where should a white man go? American white women are gone. They are just far gone into outer space. They don't even know it. Yeah, I think I'd rather be out in outer space than with this guy. This is real? I think this is real. I mean, maybe not, but there are definitely people that are like this. So, yeah, I'm just gonna move on from that. Am I the devil for snapping at my daughter for sucking up when it felt like she was just doing it to antagonize her brother? Okay, just wanna make this clear that this says the daughter is 4. This is a 4-year-old daughter we are talking about. So just keep that in mind. I took my wife, daughter, and stepson to Disney. My daughter lives in Florida with her mom. We live out of state. So she's been to Disney before. On the drive to Disney from where we live, she talked nonstop about the Dumbo ride. A lot of Dumbo. She hyped Dumbo up a lot, so my stepson was extremely excited, to put it lightly. We got to the park and went straight to Dumbo. But the wait was kind of long. We said we'd do other things with shorter lines, come back to check the wait, and then just go when it dies down. It's Disney. I don't think it's gonna die down, buddy. We went and rode all of the other kid rides, got lunch, did the day, but the ride time at Dumbo just kept getting longer. Finally, at the end of the day, we knew we were going to just have to deal with the line, which was still longer than the beginning of the day. Bad call on our part, obviously, so we wait, and finally get to the top of the line, where there's the must be this tall sign. Clearly the kids aren't tall enough to ride on their own, but because my daughter had hyped it up so much, my stepson wanted to ride with her. We told him he couldn't. He absolutely lost his shit. He was exhausted and understandably upset. My wife said she would take her son, but warned me that they were picking the color first. I left because it was such a nonsensical request, but said okay. My daughter and I got into the Dumbo ahead of theirs. My stepson still screaming and crying. My daughter kept pushing the buttons so we would go up and down and overly sweetly saying things like, "Isn't this fun, Daddy?" and "I'm having the best time." Meanwhile, my son hasn't pushed the button a single time, so they're just riding around at the very bottom, my wife pissed and my son throwing a fit. Maybe this should have been funny, but it just pissed me off. It felt like she was being overly sweet, as if to show off that she wasn't doing what my stepson was doing. I snapped at her to stop sucking up, and she stopped saying anything. Am I the villain for snapping at my daughter for sucking up when it felt like she was just doing it to antagonize her brother? She's 4. I don't think she thought that far ahead. Like, she was clearly excited for the Dumbo ride. So she was probably just trying to show you that she was grateful for being able to ride the ride, Especially if he's crying, like, maybe I don't know, like, she's 4, right? I don't know how, I don't have any kids, I don't know how developed they really are at 4, but if she was intentionally doing it because her brother was having a tantrum, it was probably just to show, like, that waiting in line and doing all this wasn't, like, a waste of time, because she still is enjoying it at the end of the day. But she's 4, so I don't even think that was in her mind. But yeah, I don't understand this. Oh, and also this person brings up a good point. Why couldn't the wife push the button for the stepson and, like, use distraction as part of handling the tantrum? Like, she just sat there and let her son scream, which, you know, that's something that parents do, because sometimes, you know, kids throw tantrums over things that really are no big deal, because they're toddlers. They don't know how to handle emotions. You gotta just kind of let them deal with it sometimes. But on the Dumbo ride, just be like, look, you can push this and then go up and down, and it probably would at least help. But yeah, I don't know. I feel really bad for this daughter. She's only 4. It makes me sad to think that she was so excited and he snapped at her and then she just got quiet after that. Poor thing. Thank you for watching. If you like this content or you like me, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!